So I'm coming out of my house in the morning and thinking to myself, you know, what a beautiful day. I felt the heat on my skin. I could feel the sun, and I just said to myself, what a beautiful day, right? Amazing. And then the moment I walk outside, I go to look up at the recognizable clear blue sky that I saw yesterday with a few little cotton buds here and there, which is what natural clouds should look like, right? Clear blue sky, nothing in between, and then cotton buds. Cotton buds. Big ones, small ones, beautiful little clouds, the way God intended them to be. I look up at the fucking sky and all I see is this fucking mist, right? I could see it everywhere. I go, these motherfuckers, they sprayed us again. These motherfuckers, they sprayed us again. As I'm walking out of the house, my neighbor walks out of the house too. And I look at the sky, I go, mate, when you were a kid, did you notice, or even when you were younger, did you notice the fucking sky looking like that? And he goes, not that I remember, no. This is why you need to have conversations with people, right? And don't go full ball, just try and smash them with, hey man, they're fucking trying to kill us with fucking the weather right now. Just really casually say, mate, do you remember the fucking sky looking like that when we were kids? Do you remember the sky looking like that 20 years ago? Right? Just in order to build that conversation, it's like, no, you know what? Actually, no, I don't. And then I said to him, mate, I go, you know what that is, right? They're fucking spraying us, mate. They're fucking with the weather. They're spraying us and fucking with the weather. So I get in my car, and then to add insult to injury, pull out of the driveway, pull up to the front of the fucking street, ready to turn left out of my street. My neighbor is behind me, and lo and behold, there's one of those fucking planes flying, dusting us as we speak. I get out of the car, fucking slam the door. I go, you see that fucking thing up there? Look up right now. You see that thing? That's those motherfuckers doing it right this second. And he goes, what are they actually spraying? This is why you need to have these fucking conversations with people, mate. And not in a way that fucking, belittles people or whatever else. You just have a conversation where you're genuinely just trying to fucking show the world, hey man, have you fucking noticed this is happening? And as we were fucking speaking, this motherfucker was going across the sky and dusting us as we were fucking speaking. Now, to anyone who would sit there and ridicule and laugh at these fucking videos and say, oh, they're just contrails, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. Let me fucking put it this way. If this contrail thing is the reason these fucking lines are across the sky, let me just entertain this for a moment. And the atmospheric pressure was at the exact right fucking what it's meant to be, and fucking not even the atmospheric pressure, because we're talking about 4 pounds per square inch for atmospheric pressure. Let's say the conditions of the sky were just right for these contrails to be everywhere. Don't you fucking think, you stupid motherfuckers, that they'd be all over Melbourne Airport? The whole of Melbourne Airport would just be covered with fucking lines from one side to right. From one side of the fucking airport to the other, approaching from every fucking place that they'd land at that fucking airport. If the conditions were just right, it wouldn't be one fucking plane in the sky destroying fucking from one side to the other, and every other fucking plane that has landed at Melbourne Airport for the last 24 hours didn't so much leave as much as a fucking line. Seriously, mate, if you're going to have a fucking theory and use that as your supporting argument, fucking make sure it has merit. If the atmosphere is the exact right fucking temperature or whatever else to cause these things, as these fucking, experts can explain, then it should be happening everywhere. And the fucking airports would be littered, absolutely littered, with hundreds of these motherfucking lines. There wouldn't be one fucking plane that goes across the sky and is able to leave a line that's fucking 120 kilometers long, or however long it is, from as far as the eye can see from one way to the fucking other, and leave this fucking line in the sky. They're fucking with the weather. They're fucking with the weather. I'll say it one more time to the people in the back. They're fucking with our weather. Because these fucking little psychopaths, they're trying to push their climate change agenda. They're trying to create another fucking problem so all of you morons out there get scared again and then beg and plead with the fucking people that apparently are meant to be looking after us for a solution. And guess what their solution is, you stupid fucks? They're going to say, hey, we can save you guys from all of this unpredictable weather events that are serious, damaging weather events. But this is what you need to do. We need to stop you all driving your fucking petrol cars. That needs to go. Meat production has to get wiped out. You all need to start eating bugs. Problem, reaction, solution. They want to fucking take something away from you. They know, even though people are morons and can be easily fooled, they know they just can't take it away forcefully without something that creates the problem so you can ask for the solution, which is what they want to do to you in the first place. So what do? They create a fucking problem. COVID was a problem because what they wanted to do was jab you. What they wanted to do was create all of these new fucking laws, so if you decide to protest during a fucking disaster situation, they can remedy the situation and use exemplary circumstances as their fucking reason that they can kick 5 shades of shit out of you and completely trample all over your fucking human rights. And now they're using the exact same thing, but now they want to come after your property. They want to come after meat production. They want to come after the ability for you to use a petrol-powered vehicle because it gives you freedom. They want to get rid of gas. They've created all new gas regulations that no house, no property that's being built right now, you cannot connect gas to new homes. They're creating this for a reason. They've created regulations that say that any gas appliance that's over 5 years old cannot be fucking serviced. How is that looking after the environment by having to make millions of people across Australia have to have completely new units installed into their home than use the ones that they already have? How the fuck is that looking after the environment? By getting rid of something that's already there, that's not a problem, and making people have to put all new appliances in their home. Millions of people, not across just in Australia, across the fucking world. Please tell me how that is protecting the environment. So I pull out of the driveway, I show him this fucking line, and I show it crossing across the sky. I go, that fucking thing there, you see that thing there? That is not fucking normal, and that fucking thing there is the reason they're fucking with our weather, and our weather has been the way it is. I really didn't care whether he believed me or not at that point. I really didn't care whether he thought I was crazy at that point. I wanted to inject the idea into his mind that this shit could be a possibility. Because whether someone within a conversation, whether you get your result right away, where they have this fucking epiphany moment and they go, man, you're right, or whether they say you're crazy, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that information has still made its way into their subconscious. That information is still going to be processed. Whether the conscious mind processes that information in a way that actually gains a result right away doesn't matter. The fact is, you need to be talking about this shit daily. You need to be saying, just keep it casual. Hey man, do you remember the sky looking like that when we were kids? You know what, come to think of it, no I don't. It's actually quite awkward. It's weird. I don't remember that at all. It's quite peculiar. That's what these people might say to you, but that's fine. It's about people talking about this shit. That's the most important part. People need to constantly talk about this stuff. And to any fuckwit out there who wants to make the argument that chemtrails are actually contrails and they've got to do with the right temperature at the time and fucking, you know, the moisture coming out of the engine fucking leaves a cloud in the sky or whatever else, that's fine. Right? That's fine. But when they do say that, can you say, well, why at Melbourne Airport right now there has been over 200 planes that have departed and landed at that airport, and Melbourne Airport's not littered with these lines? If it's the exact right And people can say, oh, well, you've got to be at the right height. No problem. Any plane that was approaching, that was going to be fucking landing at Melbourne Airport, the sky would be littered with fucking lines in the sky at the exact right height when they're approaching. Even when they're approaching. Even when they're fucking maybe, let's say 50 kilometers away. Even 100 kilometers away. Whatever. All of the lines would be pointing towards the most practical place where you'd see those lines would be approaching or leaving fucking an airport. That's it. That's all I've got to say. And if you're wondering why you're sick all the time and wondering why everyone's getting fucking shit in their throats and having shit going on with their lungs, it's because of this shit they keep dropping out of the sky, mate. And that's it. This shit needs to stop. And the only way it's going to stop if people constantly talk about it. So, this is what people need to do. Don't be afraid of speaking about this shit, but just approach it in a casual manner. Just say, man, do you ever remember when we were kids? The sky looking like that? That's all you need to say. And that will pique their curiosity. And if they say, you know what, man? Now that I think about it, no, I don't remember the sky ever being like that when we were kids. It was like a clear blue sky, cotton balls. Clear blue sky, cotton balls. And then when the rain was going to form in a cloud, these beautiful cotton ball things would start having like grey edges around them. And then those beautiful little cotton balls that had grey edges around them, they'd slowly begin to darken and become darker and darker, like a darker grey. And you go, hey man, it's going to fucking rain. You could see the clouds. There was no just complete matted sky. From a clear blue sky, there'd be a completely matted sky. And all of that sky at once would just become a different fucking colour, and then we'd just get blasted with rain in the middle of October. That shit didn't happen. That shit did not happen. That's all I got to say. I was just beside myself when I saw that fucking thing in the sky. I'm thinking, how do these people fucking do this? These people that fly these fucking planes, how do they do that and not have not one shred of common decency to think you're absolutely devastating people's lives? Are you so fixated on putting money in your bank account that you would destroy people's lives in the interest of paying off a fucking mortgage? So to anyone who's fucking doing that out there, to anyone who's actually flying one of those fucking planes, your day will come, mate, and fucking you will reap what you sow, motherfucker, and you will feel serious fucking pain for what you're doing, mate. You deserve anything that would come to you. Anything that would come to you. Anyone who's flying one of those fucking planes, you deserve the most fucking suffering-filled life I could possibly imagine. That's all you fucking deserve. That's it. That's all I got to say. But it's real. That's it. I'm going to say it loud and proud. They're fucking with the weather. It's real. And people can fucking ridicule and whatever else all they want. But understand one thing. During the peak of the pandemic, did you notice this fucked up weather? What, you're telling me that climate change decided to take a break during that time and now all of a sudden, fucking conveniently so, we get smashed with this weather? Fucking seriously, mate. And then if you want to see whether or not there's cause and effect in terms of what's going on, and I know people don't say, what is it, correlation does not equal causation. Something along those lines, right? It's correlation does not equal causation. But correlation can also mean that that is actually what's causing it as well. It doesn't necessarily mean it does, but it doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't. You can't fucking cancel it out. Because as long as the suspect is there and the crime has taken place, then fucking yes, that could very well be the cause. So next time we have one of these very interesting weather events that happen across Australia, right? The next time we get blasted with weather in October and you look at the sky and the fucking sky has got these little weird looking fucking frosty shit and haze happening that you don't remember as a kid, you can ask yourself the question, well, did I see these lines in the sky before we got blasted with the weather? If I did, then maybe, just maybe, they are fucking with the weather. And maybe, just maybe, the people that actually run the show really don't give a fuck about us, and we're just pawns on a chessboard, moving towards our demise. And that's always been the fucking plan. just keep an eye out. If you see those fucking lines in the sky and then we get blasted with 7 days of rain in the middle of October, then you can make that correlation. Does that mean causation? Maybe not, but you can't cancel it out, because then you would be fucking contradicting yourself in terms of saying that that couldn't be a possibility. Because as much as it might not be a possibility, it could very well be. And then keep an eye out and see if there's clear blue skies, right? No fucking lines have been sprayed. And then you get smashed with 10 days of fucking weather in the middle of October. Then you can see, okay, this is natural. But as long as those fucking lines are in the sky and there's just one line, but at the same time we're not getting littered at the fucking approaching runways, the approaching directions towards all of our airports, where apparently we've got the perfect fucking conditions for this shit to happen. That means all of the airports should be littered with these fucking lines at exactly the same time when those fucking lines are coming out in the sky. All of them. So don't fucking make the argument that that's a contrail and it's got to do with the exact fucking right atmospheric conditions for that to take place, but it can take place above where I am, but not take place not too far across where the fucking planes would be landing. That's all I've got to say. So the next time one of these conversations gets to take place between you and your neighbour, whatever else, just casually bring it up. Do you ever remember the sky looking like that when we were kids? That's all you need to say to them. And they will fucking say to you, no. No, I don't, actually. Now that I think about it, I don't. And that's all you need to ask them. And that's it. Alright, guys. That's all I've got to say. Share it. Share it to the fucking world, man, so people can finally start looking up and paying attention to what's fucking going on. Because it's only until the fucking masses really start taking notice at what these fuckers are doing do we ever stand a chance. Otherwise, the life you think you're going to have for your kids, all of that's going to mean shit if they get to what they want to do with us in the very near future.